We're so happy to see you today.
Talk slower. No, I'm just kidding.
I was cutting my phone off and then just rolled right into it.
So excited to see everybody this morning, and you guys we are on it today. We are live, no difficulties, rock and rolling right on right on 9 o'clock.
Go Stay Fam team.
I don't know if we need all that, but
yeah, I was excited
great
this
job
morning.
to Justin and Vinny and crew
Yes.
getting us going here. So we're gonna dive into lots of fun things. Got some fun announcements here, and we'll talk some market. Right now we got just about 80 of you in there. I'm sure it'll get to 150, 200. I want you all to participate today, so be ready to rock and roll later in a little bit. I want good conversation. I want to hear what's going on out there. I know half of you are on the beach, so you don't have to turn on your camera if you don't want to, but we want to see hear what's going on with you, right?
Yes, absolutely. I would like to be on a beach.
Go ahead.
I have one right behind me.
That's right. We have one right behind us here.
Yes.
So we're going to dive into our couple announcements here. Just a reminder, we do all of the announcements on separate videos now, or all of our congratulations. We had 703 total. This is not necessarily the updated slide, but that's okay. We actually had 143 new agents join us in June.
And we welcomed all of you. So please, please, please check out the people that are in your office and make new friends.
We had about 730, I think, total closings, and we did all the top producing agents and teams. We sent those emails out yesterday and today. You can see those videos. Also go to our YouTube channel, but lots and lots of great people have joined us, and thank you for June. It might have been the highest closing month we've had.
That I can recall.
Ernie Gorham, I think it's about 62 or 6,300 to answer your question. I know people are like, it should be 7,000 by now. We do have some people that get out of the business and sunset their license, and so that number, it goes up by a lot, but then backs up a little bit every month as well. So
we have 2 new addresses, friends. We are super excited that we now have space in Annapolis and Towson for those of you in that area. Now, just a quick update, we do have Cardinal in those offices, and they can start closing in there. We're super excited. We do have, it's temp space. We are looking for more permanent space, so we don't necessarily have the availability for everyone to have an office there. It's more of a drop spot if you're in the area. We are going to be limited on after hours. We are primarily going to have open access during normal business hours in those spaces, with really limited drop-in hours for agents afterwards until we get into our more permanent space. But we're super excited about that. Tell us about those spaces.
Yeah, so there's a dedicated office for Cardinal, a dedicated office for Samson agents, and you have full use of the conference room. You'll be able to pop in any conference rooms. They've got them available ahead of time, but also you can schedule them, if you need to use those for Cardinal closings as well. We are negotiating on a couple spots in Annapolis and really Timonium, which is about 8 minutes from where that Towson Regis office is, but I think we're going to land in Timonium, at least that's the plan right now, right down the road. So those 2 are our offices that we can start doing closings at. We had closings there, already scheduled, so we're excited for that. There is one more, with an announcement coming up. The Cardinal's going to have a new office in Ellicott City as well, so you will be able to close there as well.
How many offices do we have now, Donnie?
We now have 43 offices total now. So
I
43
love it.
is quite a few. That is getting up there.
43 offices that you guys can drop in. You can use for Cardinal title closings for the convenience of your clients and just be able to just engage in our growth within the Samson family. We're super excited.
Ernie Gorham, no plans right now for North Carolina. You never say never in this world. I'm sure it will happen at some point, but I really want to be.
That's my retirement bucket plan, Ernie Gorham.
Okay. Well, we'll sign Sarah up for that then. There's a couple of problems there with North Carolina. One, it's a lawyer state, so it's a little bit tougher to flip title company and make money off the title. We gotta make a law partnership as well. The other thing is that it's a little bit further away. I like to make strategic plans when we have people around ready to start them, or large groups that we can already grow off of. We already had some emerging agent bases in Annapolis and Towson already, and they really made a lot of sense on the map. So we're excited about those offices. I've been circling the drain on those probably for 6 to 12 months, and
if not longer.
finally jumped off the ledge and said, let's do it. So Regis is so we can start doing closings now, and then we'll have full offices. Probably announcements hopefully in the next week or 2 on exactly which offices they'll be, and then they'll take 1 to 4 months to build out, depending on finishes and that kind of stuff. So more announcements to come there, but we do have a spot you can close and meet clients at now, and pop down and do some work if you need to in those areas. So
But
excited for that.
do try to plan in advance on those, just because they are not our spaces. We are a little bit limited in what we can do. So make sure that you plan in advance and check out that Cardinal Nest on those location pages for all of the access information and what the hours are and all that good stuff.
Yes, we will have full pages on the Cardinal Nest for those. I'm opening up the slides on my phone as well because I like to have a running thing as well.
Preview of what's happening.
So a big event next Thursday, I want to make sure everybody's aware of. This is great. Our coaching, our Samson Plus is probably the most underutilized, or one of the most underutilized assets we have. A lot of you are in coaching, but I would love to see double, triple the amount that are in it.
And we have some phenomenal coaches.
We've got 10 great coaches on there that are ready to help you all succeed. And we're working on some success stories and some videos that we can share with everybody. But almost every single person that has been in that coaching, they'll set goals. They'll be like, okay, well, last year I did 2 million. This year I want to do 4. And by halfway through the year, they're already at 6. To me, Samson Plus and coaching in general is, there's a million ways to make money in real estate. And the problem with us is we all get in our own way because we get distracted by the pretty bird over here, the pretty bird over here. And, for me, real estate, the most successful realtors, there's one trait that is throughout all of them, and it's consistency. And the toughest part about it in real estate is it's great because the best part is you get to be your own boss. But the worst part is you have to be your own boss. So most realtors struggle with the consistency of the job. So to me, getting a coach is invaluable because they help you set a game plan. And then the accountability part of it is we're going to meet every week. We're going to meet every 2 weeks. We're going to check in. I've got somebody there with me to help me craft a game plan and help make sure I stay on the tracks. You get with a coach for a couple months, you're not going to recognize the realtor that you used to be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months ago. And I just could not. We try to make it super affordable. We're not trying to get rich off coaching. What we're trying to do is help you get rich off coaching. So there are a lot of companies that, if you talk to almost any top producer that's, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million plus.
They're being coached by somebody.
They're being coached by somebody, and the best of the best are still getting coached. So
even Donny has a golf coach.
I've had one golf lesson, and I didn't do very well at it. But the idea is that, I think that, look, it's not about us making money, but I think if you've thought about coaching before, I would highly encourage you, get to this next week. All 10 are going to coach. You can put your toe in the water in these Tuesday classes that they do for free. They rotate through. And then if you want to get that one-on-one coach, I would encourage you to jump in. I know, Richard, we're almost maxed out on RSVPs, and then I'm pushing it more. That's okay.
But here's
20% of people don't show up anyway. So
absolutely.
Fill the room.
And the guys, the thing is that it's like he said, we're high dominant personality types. We can justify away the fact that we didn't do what we were supposed to do today. We can justify away why we didn't do what we were supposed to do every day this week. The fact of the matter is, having that coach, that accountability helps forward momentum. It helps you grow. It gives you a sounding board. It lets you know that someone cares about your business and is pouring into you to help you propel forward and to help you continue to grow. Coaching absolutely can benefit every single person. There is not a single personality type. There's not a single there's not a single person out there that cannot benefit by having a coach somewhere in some aspect of your life.
Absolutely. So even if you can't make that event, I'd encourage you to go to the Samson Plus page. That's okay. It'll get better with the more coffee.
With the more coffee I drink, the words will come.
But I would encourage you. Richard Bridges runs our coaching and agent development, and he can get with you and do a one-on-one and figure out what's best for you.
Absolutely.
Want to give a shout out to this. This is only a couple weeks away now. So now we need to push for volunteers. We've been kind of teasing this all summer. But August 2nd, we have the main event. We're going to be at Chantilly Bible Church right down the road here, Pleasant Valley Road, about probably 10 minutes from headquarters here.
Yep.
And then Friday night, we need help setting up as well. You can scan that QR code or go to the Nest right now. We want over 200 volunteers. Many hands make the work light. These are a lot of the pictures from, most of these are last year, it looks like. So it's a lot of fun, guys. Yes, there's some work. But if we get all the people there, it's going to be less than 2 hours. We get to pack 50,000 meals for people in need.
Bring your family, bring your clients, bring your kids. There's jobs for everyone.
Yes.
Guys, this food directly goes into Title I schools where there is large poverty levels. There is large food insecurity needs. This is a direct impact that we are making to our communities, to our kids in those communities that they keep going. They get distributed through the schools. They get put in the backpack programs for kids to take home. there is no better work that we can do than continuing to feed our nation's young people who are not having security in getting a meal every day that we take for granted. We decide, hey, we want to go through Wendy's drive-through or whatever. The fact of the matter is that there are many people that they don't even know if they're going to get a meal when they get home. And we don't think about those things because it's not right in our, right in our viewpoint every day. But these are kids, and nobody should have to wonder if they're going to get fed that afternoon, especially a child. So do it for the children. If you bring people, give money to Samson Cares. This is everything we do is to give back to these kids in these communities. We've got other events coming back into West Virginia, Maryland, and DC as well to feed the Title I schools in that facility and in those areas as well. So keep an eye out for those. But we would love to have you, family, friends, clients, invite your church groups, invite your girlfriends, come out, do your thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
So excited for that. It's one of my favorite days of the year, and I hope everybody gets out
Absolutely.
there to participate. All right, so next we had some big news, and you guys have seen me tease this on a couple weekend updates, and we sent an email out. But we had just a couple that and Bethany can work on spotlighting them or somebody now. But Bob and Ronna are just class acts. They're tremendously successful, obviously, but just great people.
Look, they have their team
they
there.
have their
Hi,
team
guys.
there. I love it. From the first meeting that we had, from the first phone call, I just really enjoyed getting to know both of them. They're just fantastic people, fantastic leaders, and just had a heart for making the partnership with Samson a win-win for everybody, and really just excited to have them join. So I wanted to invite them in their first sales meeting here and get them to say hi to everybody. So hey, Bob and Ronna, how you guys doing? Can you guys hear us okay? Uh-oh.
We can't hear them.
There you go. Now we can.
Can you hear us? Okay.
Oh, yeah, we got
Great
you.
intro.
Yeah, who you got with you? You got your whole team behind you. I love it, guys.
So this is our staff is behind us. Everybody wave so you look friendly.
Good morning,
there we go.
guys.
They look like they're like in prison. Like I'm not allowed to speak. I like the waving. That was good. Well, good to see everybody. How you guys doing this morning?
We're good.
Good.
I'm very excited to be part of the SAM family.
There you go. There you
Yes,
go.
our
She's learning
Sam
the
fam.
lingo.
You're learning the lingo.
She's
Yes.
learning the lingo. So Bob and Ronna, you guys, you're in Ellicott City right now. That's where your headquarters is. And you guys have 100 agents all over the Maryland area, 100 people on your team, which is fantastic. And I know you've been busy interviewing already since you've joined, right?
We have. We've hired several already. Very excited about that.
Oh, that's great.
That's fantastic. Well, I wanted to get your guys' opinion on and what's going on in the market out there, but introduce you guys and say hi, and also just know that we're not going to dive into everything about their team now, but next Tuesday, July 22nd, so next Tuesday, you guys are going to be in the studio here in Chantilly. We're going to do a meet and greet with them. They're going to talk all about their team, what it looks like to be on their team, a lot of their success, their story, and how they got to where they are here. So 12:30 to 2:30. I'm also going to do an interview separately with Bob and Ron in the morning, which we will then send out to the whole company via email. So next Tuesday, if you're interested in Bob and Ron, now they're looking to expand into Virginia, DC, Maryland, all over the place. So
Thank you for calling Stafford County. How can I help you?
Anybody works. So July 22nd, we'd love to see you here, in the studio next week. So wanted to make sure we got that plug in before I forgot. But so what are you guys seeing in the market out there with your team out there in Maryland?
Yeah, as the number one team in Bright, y'all are seeing probably a few things.
What are you guys seeing out there?
We are actually, so it's, every market has its challenges and opportunities. I mean, we've definitely seen this year more inventory come on the market that comes.
Okay, I'll transfer you up to the treasurer's office.
Oh no, hold on.
Hold on. Somebody's
not on
somebody's
mute.
not muted.
Find them, Bethany.
Bethany is on the hunt.
End them. She's scrolling through all the people now.
Flavor. It's good.
Right, it adds to what's going on out in the market out there.
Yes. So sorry. Start back over. Every market has its challenges.
Somebody's going to the treasurer's office.
Again,
Bethany found them. You're good.
We're seeing more inventory come on the market. We're also seeing, and again, every area is different, and all of you know that. What's happening down in Bethesda is not what's happening up in Bel Air, what's happening in Annapolis or DC. So the market is varies all over the region, and we don't do just scattered here and there in Northern Virginia. So we don't have a lot of anything on the pulse of that area. But with that comes a little bit more work on the listing side, making sure that we're doing more than just putting the property on the market and waiting for the offers to pour in. It also presents the challenges of which this market hasn't really seen a lot of in the last several years, of a lot more PINs or requests for repairs. Many times there's a lot of agents out there that aren't up to speed on navigating their clients through that process.
Right.
So we're really seeing, a few fallouts here and there. We're getting sellers that it's like, well, I'm not repairing anything. And the buyers, well, I'm not going to buy anything if they don't repair it. We're finding the solution to that really is making sure that your client, whether you have the buyer or the seller, has expectations set up front before that home inspection ever occurs, so that the homeowner knows that there's going to be a 25-page list of things that are wrong with their home, even though their home's 5 years old. And that the buyers know that, no, everything's not going to be perfect. And, so it's just a little bit more of adding to our skill set of being able to negotiate through that process. That's probably the biggest change that we have seen this year compared to the past. Again, we think that there's a lot of opportunity out there. It's communicating with the clients and keeping ahead of it. We've seen our best months ever in the last 3 months. So again, the opportunity is there, but it does take, and sometimes it means that you're going to have to educate the agent on the other side of the equation to help them talk.
I think a lot of times it means you have to educate the agent on the other side,
Well,
Bob. I think you nailed it.
And your team does both sides, but probably works a little bit more on the buyer side based on where your lead generation flow comes from. And I think that, one benefit is of a little bit more of a balanced market is it's actually a nice time to be buyer's agent for the first time in a little while. For a couple of years there, it was frustrating, right? You were running up against 5 or 10 people. You're running up against 5 or 10 people every time you try to write an offer. And, sometimes it's super competitive now, I'm hearing, but a lot of times it's been on the market 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. And you can actually take a breath and pick the house you want and negotiate a deal and get some contingencies in there. So, in some ways there's more challenges, but there's also opportunity. Like you said, there's opportunity to be a great buyer agent and to have happy clients, so I think that's a fun. And I heard you talk about that the other day, is that seller clients, they never seem to be happy either way, right? If you sell too quick, then they think your price too low. And if they take too long, they get mad at you. But buyers, they're always happy when you get the result you want, right? So
exactly.
That's kind of fun there. So, I do think we're seeing that. I think that I agree with you when it comes to, it's about setting expectations, whether it's on the buy side or the listing side. And, we have to be a little bit more professional than maybe we had to be, in the sense that it's going to test your listing skills and test your preparation skills and your marketing skills. So
we now have to work professionally.
Yeah. No, and I think that's good, right? I think that's
good.
I think that the other thing that I've heard, and I don't know if you guys have done this yet, Bob and Rob, so I hate to push this on you, but my uncle is a big advocate on some of these listings now of doing like pre-home inspections, so that maybe they can cut out some of that stuff ahead of time. And have you guys ever done anything like that?
That's a whole different world and subject. We think that from our perspective, that there's more cons than there are pros to doing that.
That was a beautiful sidestep, Bob.
It
yes,
would
very
end up
artfully
being
done.
another 15-minute conversation. So I'm happy to talk to anybody about our thoughts on that. But no, we don't necessarily see the benefits to that. It can create some more issues than it solves. But
sure, and I think
that's just everybody has their own ways of working through it with clients, and it's many times it's how you spin things and how you present it, and what you're prepared to do.
No,
but it goes to show you've got two uber successful teams, and there's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, and there's certainly
Yes.
a good debate to be had there, pluses and minuses for both sides people can see. But it's good to at least have those thoughts, and even if you're not going to do it, you now, I'm sure with sellers are explaining, look, this is more reality now. There's going to be inspections, half the time, 3/4 of the time. They're going to end up asking for an inspection. We need to be prepared for the fact that they're going to ask for stuff, and I think it's just changing the mindset, like you talked about before, and keeping it 100, and I know that you guys are new to us, but we release these Cardinal stats every Friday, which show the 150 or 200 contracts that we got in that week, how many of them had a home inspection, how many of them had this, how many of them had that, and I think that that's valuable to kind of take the temperature of how often are we seeing it. Now, obviously, you guys have enough business within your team to take a temperature, but to have a temperature for the whole company over
All the different regions segmented out. Yes.
Yeah, so it's
it's
good.
I'll tell you, because we do have to jump off a minute. We got our team meeting here in a few minutes, but we wanted to come on here. One trick that we learned years ago, and we not trick, just a way of presenting things that we are reinstituting here is when a seller gets that request for repairs for the buyers, their first reaction is always bad. So, it's like all these things wrong with my house, and they start, I want to cancel the contract and everything else. So what we do is when we get a request for repairs in for a client, the first thing we do is send to the seller, say, here it is. We want you to request a 5-day extension to your response, so we have time to get quotes on what's there so that you can properly respond. We find that just diffuses the whole seller's anxiousness about it, because now all they're doing is signing, getting an extension so they can get information.
And they're sleeping on their emotions.
Right.
Right, and it's like we can't help you make decisions unless we know what you're looking at. Because at this point, we really don't care whether they're asking for something done with plumbing or new electrical. What you care about now, you're selling this property. You're caring about what the dollar amount's going to be.
What's the money look like? Right.
So that we find that helps greatly in diffusing how the seller looks at it, gives them time to digest it, look through that, and just takes that
Takes that edge off.
takes that edge off.
Ready to come
Takes
at
that
you.
emotion
Gives
out.
you a couple days to breathe and not make them feel stressed
It
that not
does.
only are they having all this repairs, but they have to make the decision in 5 seconds, and it's
Right.
blind.
Exactly.
So what is this really going to
Beautifully.
cost me?
Yep.
Okay, well, let's do the math equation. So I love that. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure, just getting to have you join our family and get to meet more and more of our agents all over. So I know you guys got to get to your team meeting, so I appreciate you hopping in, and just want to encourage everybody, if you're interested in learning more about Bob and Ronna, we're going to do an interview we'll send out, but you can come to the studio next Tuesday, 12:30 to 2:30 here in Chantilly, and get to learn all about their team and meet them and see if there's opportunities for you all. So thanks, Bob and Ronna. You guys get to the rest of your team meeting, making it
And
great.
thanks, team. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, it was good to see you all back
Thank you
there.
very much
Thank
for
you.
having us, and we're really
Okay, Sarah,
excited to
thank
be
you.
part of the.
We are. People have been coming out of the woodwork from Samson, and one has been nicer than the other. It is
Oh,
so
that's great.
refreshing. So.
That's great.
And Bethany is just a queen.
Oh,
no.
Bethany's a queen.
She's off screen over here crying now.
and
Thank you, Ronna.
she's blowing kisses, and
Great
she
job.
said,
They can see.
Ronna, she said she would slip you that 20 when she gets off the
Thank you,
air.
Bethany.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Bye,
We'll
guys.
see
Have
you
a great
soon.
day.
Take
Thanks.
care.
Bye.
Oh no, Carmen, don't add it in. We all love Bethany. This is not turning into Bethany Love Fest. So let's stop that right
Oh, here it comes. Agree.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Can we turn off the
Speechless.
chat? Is there a way to do that?
Kick Bethany out. Just teasing.
We're just teasing. All right, so a couple back to some of our other announcements here and conversation. So we had a great event a couple weeks ago in International Country Club, and a lot of you guys were there, and it was awesome, or you want to relive the moment. These are all now on the Cardinal Nest
Yes.
and on YouTube. So our great videos with Jason Chepardek, How to Get the Business You Deserve, Caroline about mindset and building successful habits and systems, and then Dustin, just so much great AI and ChatGPT talk was just phenomenal. You can't even begin to implement all the things that Dustin said, but if you implement a couple of them, it can really help your business.
Absolutely.
So that's all live now. So I'd encourage you to go watch those videos if you want to. Now on
part 3.
On the back of that, we have part
Yes.
3. So it'll be the third one with Jason, and I believe we already have Casey scheduled for sure, and we're going to get a third speaker there as well. International Country Club will not let us back.
We broke their parking
We
lot.
broke the parking lot that day. So they said you cannot have more than 100 people during golf season. We had probably 250. So we're
We're on the hunt for a new location.
We're on the hunt for another location for this one right now, but September 9th is the date we've got circled. So you can circle that in your calendar, and we'll have more fun with that. Another big event. This is the first time we're announcing this. So our top producer takeover is back. Our third year, believe it or not.
I know. The first time we did this, we're like, we think people will like this, and it's been so uber successful with such great speakers, great ideas. We have now done it for 3 years. This is exciting.
So you're saying the word Uber a lot today, just in case you're wondering. You're really into the Uber.
Have I Uber?
Carbon, I understand. This is in Gaithersburg, okay? So we're doing TPT near Chantilly, but Gaithersburg, the next week, September 18th, we are booked at the Doubletree by Hilton in Gaithersburg. So we have this sign. This is going to be the 18th. I just started reaching out for guest speakers yesterday. I've already got 3 or 4 yeses. Really, this is where we go outside of Samson as well. So we're going to have top producers from all over, the area. Obviously, we're in Maryland here, so we'll have some more Maryland, D.C. folks.
Broker agnostic, guys. We want that influx of energy and idea.
Yes, so we're going to send this out to everybody in the area. We'd love to share with other realtors all over the place as well. So it's just a great event. So this one will be more like a 9:30. For those that are newer and haven't been to a TPT before, this is more of an all day. 9:30 to 4 is the schedule. You don't have to come all day, obviously, but
we feed you twice.
Yeah, we feed you twice. They actually have a happy hour at the end typically. So we feed you and we drink you up, I guess, right? No? What?
Yes.
Oh, this one does. This one will have a price tag on it. We're going to try and lower it a little bit from last time. Probably in the $39 to $49 range is what I'm thinking. And Chris just probably shuddered because I threw out a price point out loud. But it does cost a lot more for an event like this. We subsidize most of it, but there is a small cost for this one. But we are going to have outside agents, Samson agents, outside speakers. We'll have a couple Samson agents up there, I'm sure, speaking. So going to be a great event. I want you to circle that date on your calendar.
Great
Thursday,
day of networking and
18th.
education.
And we try to make it much less than other events that are similar and give more value. So that's the goal here with this. It's definitely not to make money. That's for sure. That's for sure. So we're excited about TPT. Want you to circle that on your calendar. Just a reminder, Bob and Ronna, and we've talked a lot about preparing a good listing. And I want to kind of talk a little bit more about that today. But one thing that I would be doing on every single listing today, without question, me, Donny Samson, listing agent, would be putting a Zillow showcase on it. There's like 2% of listings right now that have a Zillow showcase on it. You want your listing to stand out, you can put a showcase on it. It jumps off the map. It's got really pretty pictures. It also, if you notice there, it says Jason Sanders, Samson Properties. It has your identification on it. It has your name on it and your phone number and your contact information, which you normally don't get with Zillow. So to me, I just think this is an invaluable way. And it's not only to make that they've got this great analytics with it where you can see that your listing's getting hit 5, 6, 7 times as much as regular listings on Zillow. And I'm not saying I'm all Zillow all the time or anything like that, but there's no doubt where all the eyeballs are in this world. It's the number one eyeballs site by 5x, 3x, 4x, whatever the number is. So I want to be where all the eyeballs are. And the other hidden factor here, and I'll shut up and let Sarah talk, is that if somebody's going to list their home in September, they want to stay here for the summer and they're thinking, I'll list in September. What are they doing right now? They're looking around Zillow right now. What are the neighbors getting? What are people pricing out for my home? Well, if they go to look in the neighborhood or around the area and they see one listing as a showcase out of the 10 listings on the market, that's going to catch their eye. They're going to be like, oh, I want to list with that guy or that lady. I want to at least interview with them because I want my house to be showcased.
And that's the first thing they're going to ask you. The first thing they're going to ask you is, how do I get a tag like that for everybody to look at my house? Because those are the ones that I looked at.
Yep.
So it's a very, very cheap way to be able to not only, look guys, even if you never get a lead, even if nobody ever calls you off of your branded placard that's on there, which is all great exposure and great branding, don't get me wrong. The fact of the matter is, for $250, you've made your client happy that they have something on Zillow that no one else has. I will tell you, I used it myself when we first started doing this. Some of you have heard the story. I had a house that was just fine.
Fine.
That's the only thing I can say about it. Fine. It wasn't updated. It wasn't modernized. It wasn't clean. It was just fine. And there were things that they didn't want to repair. They had boys. Does anybody have young boys? Let me tell you what they did to the fixtures in the bathroom wall. Like, it was just fine. I fixed a lot of it, but they didn't want to put any more money in. I threw a Zillow showcase tag on there. We had tons of people through. We actually sold it for over asking price, and I priced high. So it gets the eyeballs in there, and it drives the people into the home to be able to see it. And the clients were happier than pigs in mud because they had their house showcased. It made them feel exclusive. So cheap way to get eyeballs on your property, make your clients feel wonderful. But it does differentiate you because frankly, we're all cheap. No other realtor wants to pay this little $250, so we're cheap.
Well,
but it's a great way.
It's not just that other realtors want to pay $250. Is that the going rate right now for this
is $1,000.
It's
right. You're not paying the monthly fees. You're not.
Well, no. Random numbers.
No, there were agents out there that were paying $1,000 for these tokens. They were paying monthly subscription fees depending on the size of the house. The house that I was going to do was going to be $1,000 because of the size. So there are. People don't want to pay that, and we don't have any long-term subscription fees with it. We just have this discounted rate of $250. We're subsidizing that for you as well. Get it out there, put it on your properties. Use every tool that you have in your little toolkit to be able to market well on your homes.
All right, so I'm going to take a break here before we, more of us talking. I want to know what you're seeing in your local market as far as your participant. Oh, look, Bethany's doing all the talking over there. I want to see what you're doing, what you're seeing in the market here. We're up to 180 people in here now, so I'm not going to be shy, or
we will volunteer you.
I'm going to make Sarah look at her screen over here and call on somebody that I know has listings out there. But I want to know what you're seeing as far as, I can paint with a wide brush and tell you what I hear from people, but I want to hear what you guys are. We're stronger together if we share with each other. So what are you seeing as far as listing inventory, stuff sitting that shouldn't be sitting, stuff going quick? What are kind of some of the tides and turns that you're seeing in the real estate market out there locally where you're at? I'm gonna call on Carl. I see Carl's
Mr.
name.
Harper.
Carl, I see you sitting at your table there, all over my shoulder. I looked at Sarah, so now I'm gonna make you unmute yourself.
I've got my cursor on Carl.
How you doing, Carl?
Doing great. Can y'all hear me? Because my mic is really bad.
Oh, I can hear you.
We got you.
Oh, you hear me? Okay.
And I can see your pretty face. Look at you.
Carl, I want to put one of these little emojis on the top of your head that go ding.
That pink pops, buddy. I like the pink. That's nice,
hey, man,
buddy.
hey, look, I'm representing myself.
I like it. I had to look over the camera there. So how's it going out there in Bowie?
Everything's going pretty good. What I'm finding is that most stuff, if it's priced right, it'll sell. I mean, it's interesting because I was listening to what the Bob and Ronna group was saying, and yeah, you got to prepare these sellers. You got to let them know it's probably not a seller's market anymore. So what I've been seeing is I think the more you can prepare your sellers, most of my clients are sellers. They're pretty much on board, especially if they respect you. I just sold the assistant police chief for Prince George's County, with the new administration coming in. Unfortunately, both of them lost their jobs, and I just sold his house down at the National Harbor, and he ended up, the activity was really slow, and we kept making a few adjustments, and we got it sold. We ended up getting a cash deal, and it was one of those condo townhomes for $650. And I don't know what's going on down the National Harbor, man, but things are really sitting. Even there, I called over to the new home sales community, and they had 8 spec homes over there. And they were ranging from about 800 to 1.2 million. And I was like, wow, I don't know what's going on down there. But the bottom line is, overall, I think if it's priced right, it'll sell. You have to make some adjustments, but you got to prepare your sellers right out the gate. because they got to get out of that mindset that, you know, it's a seller's market. You're going to have multiple offers. You might not get multiple offers, but I still
Right.
think it's all about location. And it just really depends on where the property is located. To me, every property, I think what I usually do is I tell people always ask me, is it a buyer's market or seller's market? I said, well, I think it really depends on that particular home, you know, and the supply and demand of that home. So if I determine it's a hot market, then, you know, I let them know that it's probably still a seller's market. But it just really depends. I think every property is different, you know, but, you know.
I agree.
That's you know.
Well, I appreciate the insight, Carl. It's awesome. And I want to give Carl a special shout out. Not only is he our terrific Bowie office manager out there holding it down for us, but Carl, you just had an anniversary, 25 years in real estate.
25 years.
Congratulations to Carl. If you don't follow him on Facebook, you should. He's dropping all the fun. You know, so Carl, we've been blessed.
Hey, Donnie, I was actually typing up an email now because I planned 3 events all this summer to celebrate 25 years. Because I tell you, man, I talk about 25 years, but some of my agents, they've been in the business 40 and 50 years. So just to hear their stories and what
Y'all are old.
Yeah. Sir, I think you're right behind me.
She is right there. She's right there.
I don't know what you talk about, Carl. I'm only 29.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready to put out some information, and anybody that wants to come, if you're a Samson agent, you are more than welcome to come.
Oh, that's so sweet, Carl, to invite everybody.
And I've talked to Sarah. Donnie, you were on vacation, but I talked to Sarah about some a back to school drive that was very important to me this summer that I'm trying to put together. And you know, I'm just excited, man, and I'm looking forward to the fall, and I'm looking forward to continuing to grow my Bowie office. So we're rocking and rolling over here, man. Just trying to work hard on getting the capture rate up, man. It's tough, man, but we're working on it.
Appreciate you, Carl. So
that's awesome. Thank you
appreciate
so much.
everybody out there, and then shout out to my man Carl. So who else? Thank you for being voluntold and sharing with us. I appreciate it, buddy.
A seasoned and matured. Love that, Arella. Seasoned
There you
and
go.
matured.
I saw a hand raise. Was that Laura? Who was the hand raise?
Yes, it is, Laura.
Laura Bean. How we doing out there in Gainesville, ma'am? Is she unmuted?
How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
how
got
are
you.
you?
Perfect. So I can tell you an interesting story. Well, first off, we put 3 listings under contract this week.
There you go.
Congratulations.
One was on the market for 18 days, had 34 showings with no offers. It was 7 acres in Haymarket, but it was at the tippity top of Bull Run Mountain.
Oh, cool.
So everybody loved the house, loved the land. It was just the road to get there.
Right.
Well, then we finally found the perfect buyer. Then we had one in Triangle that went on the market, Larry priced, and we had 0 showings.
Oh.
0 showings.
And it was Larry priced, and it was, for those of you that don't know what Larry price is, it's very competitive.
Means aggressively low.
It's aggressively low.
0. Well, we had 0 scheduled showings. We did 2 open houses, 1 to 3, Saturday and Sunday, and we ended up getting 3 offers off of those open houses.
That's great.
And one of them was above list, so we ratified that one as well. Then the other one was an old an older house in Dale City. We had 12 showings, I guess, and we had more than that. We had 20 showings, and we ended up with 3 offers, and that one went all over list, and we were able to get all 3 of them to Cardinal.
Awesome. Woo, woo. Thank you, listing
I like
agents
the end
to
of that
Cardinal.
story the best.
Love
So
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great work.
So that's our story.
Are you seeing sellers more, Laura, are you seeing the sellers are more open to the conversation that it's not the same market it was, 4 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago?
Yes.
I thought she was putting up her ear to the camera to listen better. So you're seeing that sellers are starting to get the message that it's not a bad market. It's just not quite as crazy as it was.
It's different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for the stories, Laura. I love the jumping in to always help the conversation forward and
thank
giving
you,
us your
Laura.
knowledge. So the rest of you stay ready because I'm going to invite more of you into the conversation here in a little bit. First, I'm going to invite in our friend Miss Lindsay, who's over here hiding behind our wall. Get a quick update from Cardinals Hider Group,
Come on
and then
in, Carrie. How
we're
are you?
gonna pick up some of those great conversations when we get back. So be ready. Miss Carrie, how are you doing today?
Excellent. How are you?
Fantastic. So for those that don't know, Carrie, they all know, but Carrie Lindsay's our fantastic president here at Cardinals Hider Group. So want to first pop up our June capture rate reports. So in Virginia, West Virginia, 53% of buyers use Cardinal, 34% Maryland, DC, and then 47% is the blended rate, which is about what it's been, almost exactly. This shows the regions and which offices are in it. So we got a couple regions that could use some work. I know Cardinal's you guys are doing an effort to try to do some more business development in some of those regions. A lot more classes, a lot more trying to be out there and in the Baltimore and DC, Maryland metro areas, right?
Yes, sir. And welcome, Bob and Ronna. I'm eager for you to be part of those Baltimore numbers.
That's not fair. He's like, I know how we'll get the numbers up. We'll bring in Bob Ronna and bring in all their Cardinal deals. So we'd also like the current numbers to come up as well from the people that are hopefully buying into Cardinal more. And, I know that, Carl just referenced this when he was talking. And guys, I know switching title companies. If you like a title company, I get it. What we really ask for is that opportunity to earn your business, and Cardinal does a fantastic job. And if you had tried Cardinal 4, 5, 6 years ago and it was, maybe not an A+ experience, I would just encourage you to give them another try because I think that we get resoundingly positive reviews, over 20,000 positive reviews online. And, for every one complaint, we hear 50 people say Cardinal did a great job. So, I really would encourage you to give them the opportunity to earn that business. Right, Carrie?
Yes, we definitely would take great care of you. If you haven't given us a chance, please do. We will take excellent care of you. We have a phenomenal team. I can say with confidence, we have the best team we've ever had. I know there were some areas where maybe we weren't the strongest, and we are now. So please give us another try if you haven't. I promise we'll take excellent care of you.
There you go. Oh, there's you. I guess I was supposed to do
okay.
that slide when I brought you in. There's Carrie. All right. So we have some June award winners.
We do. Our pre-processor of the month is Jorge Campos. He is on our 4th floor. He has only worked at Cardinals for a couple months now.
Yeah,
he's already pre-processor of the month.
Way to go, Jorge.
Yeah, way to go, Jorge. He's been a great addition to Cardinal. He just started with us a couple months ago, and we are thrilled to award him with this recognition. For processor of the month, we have Lorena, who's also on our 4th floor. Lorena processed 47 files in June. So that is almost a record.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Like I've always heard 30's good.
Yeah. 47 is excellent.
Absurd.
Yeah. So we are really proud of Lorena. She's always somebody who's willing to pitch in when we need extra help. Always somebody who's a team player. When a processor goes on vacation, we normally don't assign them any files so they can have some well-deserved time off. Last week, someone who requests Lorena to work on their files sent over a contract, and we said, Lorena will be out that day, so we'll assign it to somebody else. Instead of having somebody else, the agent changed the settlement date so they could still work with Lorena.
That's crazy.
So I just think that speaks volumes about how great she is. We are really lucky to have her.
Get you somebody that looks at you the way that agent does, looks at Lorena,
Yeah,
right?
Lorena's amazing. Sabrina Sanchez is our settlement agent of the month. Sabrina is in our Alexandria office. She's phenomenal. She works night and day there. Sabrina sat at the table for 87 closings in June. So that is also a record. We are just setting records everywhere.
87 closings she sat at.
She did. And she was out last week. I think she probably needed a week off just to recover from June. We are so happy to have Sabrina and really appreciate everything she does holding down the fort there in Alexandria.
Awesome. Great job to all three of you. Oh, we got 2 more.
We do. We have Patricia, our post-closer of the month. Patricia is also here in the building on the 4th floor. Patricia is at the top of the post-closing leaderboard every single month. She's such a hard worker with a great attitude, and we're just thrilled to have her.
And then our above and beyond.
Yes,
we
last
put
but not
glamour
least.
shot in here. There you go,
Nadine. Yes.
Hey, girl, hey.
Nadine, the marvelous Nadine Whitaker is our above and beyond winner. This is something we vote for within Cardinal, and Nadine got the most votes. Nadine goes to all of our offices, gets it done everywhere. She's also our staff manager and takes care of so many things for Cardinal. It is great to give her this recognition and have the most votes throughout Cardinal. So Nadine, we appreciate you and congratulations.
Awesome stuff. So we also provide all these weekly contract trends from Cardinal. So look for those every Friday. You guys give us all these great contracts. They're able to take them all, spit out these great trends that we normally email out on Friday, and I'll go over the weekend update as well. So thank you for those, Cardinal Title Group. I know that I'm just surprised how many agents have really just loved these and really just they use them for their listings, they use them for the conversations. So those have been super valuable. So good stuff there. Does anybody have any questions for Miss Lindsay before I let her off the hot seat?
I just want to say one more thing.
I'm going to
while I'm in
let
the
you
hot
say your
seat.
thing
Okay.
while I ask for questions. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. We are hiring. We have
that's
a
a good one.
phenomenal
Thank you.
team of
Yes.
people, but we could use more of them.
I want the sign up. We are
Yes,
hiring.
we are definitely hiring. What we're looking for is people who are title professionals, experienced hard workers, and nice people. Those are the people that we want to hire at Cardinal. That's who we have now. We have a phenomenal team. We just need to add to it. So if you're one of those people maybe who's not using Cardinal all the time and you have a processor you're loyal to or a settlement agent, we would love to talk to them. I'm confident we can make them an offer that would make them want to work with us at Cardinal.
That's her nice way of saying I will pay them more money to come work for us.
We will. I'm
If
confident
you
we
love
can get
them and you think they're great, I'm being 100% serious. I'm kind of joking, but I am being 100% serious in this. Look, we want great people, and we understand our growth. We understand that we want to continue to support you with the best staff possible. And if that means you love somebody over here, well, if they're open to a conversation, bring them to us because we will make it worth it. We'll give them a great work environment, but also financially make it worth their while as well.
A lot of times at title companies, it's hard to take vacation because in your office, maybe 4 or 5 people work there. We have 29 processors, so we have so much redundancy. People can actually take a vacation. Somebody can do their work while they're gone. So that's really unusual and a really nice thing about Cardinal. We have a lot of great things. We have great people that work here. We have a professional work environment. We have beautiful offices and a lot to offer. We just need the introduction from you when you know great people so that we can meet them and then entice them to work with Cardinal.
And this is all over. I mean, especially when we build our Maryland footprint with some workers because of the growth there, but really all over. We just want great people. So great, Carrie. I'm glad I forgot to say that. I know we sent an email a little bit ago, but we really any line of work. Now we're not in a position where we really want to train people that have no experience right now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a winter project that we could consider. But right now we really want experienced people, and it's not because we don't want to talk to people that could be great at it. It's because we want the best for you all. And if they're already experienced in the business, then we can give you the best service possible. So maybe someday we get to the training academy part that we're training people
Yes.
up. That is something we've
Goals.
talked about before. Yeah, hashtag goals. But I think for right now, we really want people that are in the industry. And if it's anybody who loves a certain company, ask if they'd be open to a change or open to a conversation because we'll make it worth their while.
If you love them, we want to love them too.
Yes, yes. And special shout out to our Ellicott City team. We have an excellent team that's come on board there with a beautiful office. So we're conducting closings there. It's gorgeous. And we would love to hire more people for Ellicott City too, if you know anybody in that area, in addition to almost all of our areas. So please reach out to us. Reed put it in the chat, and we would love to hear from you with your referrals.
So I'll confirm a little bit. I was a little vague at that because I hadn't introduced Bob and Ronna yet. So Bob and Ronna are sitting in an Ellicott City office that it's basically their team office, but that will be a Samson office, but it's really mostly for their team. Down the street, though, we have also opened a title company office with some people that we brought over as part of that merger. So we've got some great new employees to Cardinal, some great new family members, and a fully functioning Cardinal title only office down the street from their office. So we can close in those Ellicott City offices as well. Like it's a standalone Cardinal office, but really nice, great staff, and is a great addition to our family.
Yeah. Beautiful new office. We're thrilled to have everybody. Our core people there are Nancy, Susan, and Sam, which everybody, I hope will get the opportunity to meet them too. And we're thrilled to have the new locations too. So we got a lot more places to close now.
Yes, we got more. That's why we need those more people, right?
Yes, that's why we need more people. That's right.
We did hire 3 new employees, but we need lots more people.
Yeah.
So great stuff. Thank you all. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank
and thank
you.
you, everybody,
Thanks.
for your support of Cardinal Title Group. All right. Clap, 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 clap. All right. So I'm going to circle back here real quick. Next week as well, be ready because I'm going to open up the talking in a second. Next Wednesday, Tuesday we've got, there my schedule's all over, but let's focus on this. HQDU, Wednesday, Arlington office. Excited, we haven't been back in Arlington for a little bit. We have our great new manager there, Pam Ball, we're excited about. So we've got a full HQDU there, some great classes. As you can see, Darren Robertson, one of our great agents, is going to jump in. And, if you haven't been to HQDU in a while, I would encourage you to come. We have great class all day. We've we've really varied the HQDU. So even if you've been to one last couple months somewhere else, each one's different. They've all got different classes, different experiences. The only one that's annoyingly the same is Donny and Sarah. We're stuck in the middle there, but
we are good for an opinion.
We do try to. They do take different tenors every conversation.
Especially when Donnie steals my stick and I steal his, then we have to pivot. So we do that to each other on purpose, I think, to keep us on our toes.
No, she takes mine because she wants to steal my thoughts. But
sometimes that's fun.
But
that's fun.
They do have we have great staff, and we've got great agents that are volunteering to teach. We've got Cardinal title staff that hops in.
Right, and those producers
stuff.
And your office mates that are giving back great information on how they do stuff. Again, it's just more of our culture where we're sharing ideas and business processes with you all to help your business grow.
So we've got
Kudos to those people.
Arlington next Wednesday, and then I want you to circle your calendars before next meeting. We're going to be in Fredericksburg, Frederick. We did not do that on purpose.
Wow.
And then Chantilly on August 13th. So those are the next 4 on our calendar, or next, 4 on our calendar before we're back here for our next sales meeting on August 20th. So wanted you to have all that information so you can circle that day.
Every week we're somewhere new. You do not have to belong to that office. You just have to
be able to drive
there.
You know, and we can drive to all of them, so that means you probably can as well.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll see you at one of those HQDUs. I really don't think it's possible to go to one of those days and not leave feeling energized
and full of ideas.
Yes, those things.
She
took those words. Good. All right. We also give referral rewards as a heads up. If you invite an outside agent, we invite outside agents to HQDU. Now, they're not going to have all the information, so you got to tell them to come. But I think if you bring an outside agent to HQDU, they're only going to see what a great company and what a great family we've built and the training we have. So encourage you to invite them to HQDUs. I did just drop this, but our August sales meeting obviously is August 20th. That's the third Wednesday of the month. So that 9 a.m., circle that there. And I think everybody is either back in school or back home there. So we should have everybody kind of closer to home base, ready to tackle the fall by the time we get to that meeting. All right. One more reminder. That weekend update, there's too many pictures of me on there, so I'm going to get off this.
That's a lot of your face.
Yeah, get that off. Thanks, guys. Let's make it bigger. So remember, we do drop this. I try to keep it 12 to 15 minutes. What's going on at Samson. We dive into those market updates, which is super valuable. The bright market updates and the different sections and kind of where we're seeing the tenor of the market with up-to-the-minute information. It's the information from last week. Not 2 months ago, not contracts written in March that closed in May, and now I'm getting the reports. No, these are last week's showings, last week's contracts, last week's listings. So we try to really stay on top of that. Now, I say 12 to 15 minutes. I had a substitute on.
Oh, good heavens. Your last one was 20. I watched it.
Hers just ended. It was like 17 minutes. It was long.
Oh, for the love of Mary. For the love of Mary, people.
All right. So I'm opening it back up to you all. We want to know. So open houses. Everybody did open houses. I'm going to give one example right away. Laura Bean just brought one up. Look, so be ready to hit your raise hand button down there if you want to join the conversation. We'll let you in. But Laura just talked about, she had a listing that was, wasn't really necessarily getting a lot of showings, but they had all this traffic at both open houses and then got 3 offers out of it. Now, maybe they would have got that traffic, maybe they wouldn't have, but, in my opinion, I wouldn't do a listing right now unless the seller's adamantly against it for some reason without an open house. I think that there are people that don't want to commit to a realtor that want to see houses, and there are people that with lazy realtors or realtors that are out of town that maybe wouldn't have seen the house if you didn't open it up for them. But you've got opportunities to sell the listing. You've got opportunities to meet new buyers. You've got opportunities to meet neighbors. And all those reasons are to help you sell the house more, but also build your client database and build those relationships. So I'm curious how that traffic looks. This is not a hard one for you guys to answer. It's just, where was your open house? How was the traffic at it? So Sarah's going to start there and she's going to start volunteering people. Do I see Desiree on there? Desiree, you got any open houses going on there, girl? I'm calling on people. Oh, I just saw Lindsay Birch. I'm going to call, Angel. Call on Angel. Angel, I already saw you in the chat, so I know you're there.
Angel, you there, girl?
Let's go Matthew Gris.
Oh, yeah. Unmute yourself, Angel.
All right, we'll go Angel first, and then we'll go Matthew. We're going to get to you because I see raised hand.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. What are you seeing?
So I have a listing in Old Town Leesburg, and it seems like the only traffic that we are getting is on the open house. So
Wow.
I've had it's literally 2 blocks from King Street, and I'm shocked that it hasn't sold because it's a fully renovated townhouse. And I haven't had no scheduled showings in the last 2 weeks, but I've done open houses and I've had anywhere from 3 to 4 groups come through.
Okay. It's interesting. Not sure what to
Still no offers, but
what to fully make of that, but at a minimum, I'd keep doing the open houses. At least they're getting the traffic, right? You know,
Yep.
and you know,
it's getting the traffic and it's making the seller happy.
Right.
Yeah, it's got so many pluses to doing the open houses. And Casey's not on here, I'm sure, but Casey used to say Sunday's game day, you know, and I think that's the way you kind of got to look at it in real estate sometimes, right? You know, and maybe your Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday you get more time off, but Sunday's got to be game day if you're really serious about doing it. You got to get that, or if you're going to do it Saturday, either one is fine. But doing those open houses now makes the seller happy, has a chance of selling the house, and it's a chance of building up your client base. So appreciate that input, Angel, even though Yvonne told you to hop in there. So I appreciate it.
That's hilarious.
Mr. Matthew Grigsby, it looks like, was raising his hand. Is he popping up here?
Yep, I'm right here.
There you go. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, so I had a single family listing in Ellicott City. I think we went on the market at the end of May, and we did open houses for every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for a good 5 weeks in a row. And we got pretty good traffic, probably 4 or 5 families coming in, you know, each time, but it was a lot. And we actually finally had an offer 2 weeks ago, and they just remotely signed this morning. I was just on that with them.
Hey,
Congratulations.
But it was okay.
I love a story with a good ending. I didn't feel like it was getting there, but it got there.
Well, it was long. It was long, and I was wondering, and they were like, "You doing more open house?" I'm like, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So it eventually paid off. Yeah.
Yeah, and it showed the seller too, you know, that you were invested, even though you weren't getting the traffic or the pricing the offers that you wanted. At least it showed that you were diving in and doing everything you could. You know, whether it was you or, you know, that's one good powerful thing about being here too, guys, is that, you know, maybe you can't man every one Saturday or Sunday because you've got this or you've got that. You know, we have a great network here where we've got the Facebook group, we've got the message boards, we have showing team. Find trusted friends within the offices or in the area that can do those open houses. If you couldn't, but the seller saw the desire and you saw the desire to keep it open, you know, keep it open. You can click 2 buttons. You're going to get 25 people to volunteer to do that open house here. So I think
and that's a great point.
You know,
that's a great point, because you look, guys, in our market where you've heard some of the top producers in the market already say that we have to do things differently. And for those of you that have not been in a market like this, that are actually having to do activities to promote the listing versus just sticking it in the MLS and calling it sold, you know, these are situations where your client's going to look at you and say, what have you done for me lately? You can't just put it in the MLS and it not sell for 20, 30, 40, 60 days and them not be frustrated. You doing an open house and hitting the showing team app to schedule someone to do it for you if you've got a trusted colleague in the business that you want to work with. But you're showing them that you're continually working on their behalf. That's going to reduce the frustrations a lot for that seller when it comes to what have you done for me lately. So make sure that you are scheduling those if your client's up for it. Again, Donnie's point, which is very valid, that with these new rules, people don't want to commit. And if they don't want to commit, then you're there and you've got some opportunities to help them, as well as, like, if their agent's not taking them and they don't have a signed agreement, well, guess what? They may like you. Because quite frankly, if you're staying in touch with them, it's a step above what their own agent's doing.
Right.
Right? Do those open houses. They're a great strategy right now in a market like this. Good.
I like it. So anybody else with any open house? We're getting some in the chat there. You know, and I'm seeing mostly good stuff, you know, offers in hands. We've gotten good groups through. I mean, Arella's saying 20 groups through that last one.
Great.
And then 3 offers in hand, which is great. So we're seeing, you know, mostly good stuff out there. Anybody have anything else they want to share just on the open house front for right now that they're seeing out there, good, bad, or indifferent?
Yeah, it's a really interesting point, Denise, that you put in the chat. Those rural areas sometimes are a little more different than your burbs, right? And your in cities. So I guess it depends really on the area and where you're at. But I still think it's valuable.
Well, I think they're going to have less traffic overall because there's less people, but
maybe more targeted.
You also might have
quality.
Yeah, you also maybe out there you might have agents that you might have buyers that say, well, look, I'm not sure how I feel about the house, and I feel guilty bringing my agent out there, 30, 45-minute drive, wherever they're coming from sometimes, so sometimes it might be a good opportunity because if you have it open, it opens that door for buyers to maybe take a peek that, people are weird. And look, our actions would be this.
Weird.
Well, we would act the same way. That came out
would.
weird. This is the sense, like, you don't want to you have an agent that you know and like and trust, right? But you also feel bad putting them out. And like that agent, that they've got their own open houses to do, or they've got family, or they've got this,
They're
or
on the
they've got
sports
that.
field.
And you
They're on
respect
the- yeah.
that. But so you don't want to drive them out for a house. You're like, I'm not sure if I like it or I don't. But I kind of want to take a look at this, right? I'm on the trail. I want to go see this house Saturday or Sunday. And so sometimes it's not the agent being lazy, but the client doesn't necessarily always voice, hey, I really want to see this house. Will you show it to me? Because nobody wants to put anybody out sometimes. Sometimes people are too nice. So having that open house maybe gets all those people that were kind of 50-50 on seeing it. Like, well, if I don't have to bother anybody, I'll go see it. So I think that, I'm even the same way when it comes to, look, I have my own Centra card, I think, still. But,
Okay, that shows you don't.
I don't. You know what I meant. I don't have
When you
Centra card.
said Centra card
The app.
from 22 years ago.
The app. I got the app. I got everybody to laugh at me there. So just laugh at Donnie. He forgot what the current process is. But
Fax you the new way to do
the
it.
We'll fax him the new way. Well played,
fax me the
Bethany.
new way to do it. But look, say there's something in my neighborhood and I'm curious about it. I'm not going to sell or anything, but I'm like, I kind of want to see that house. I was wondering how it compares to mine. I have the ability to click 2 buttons and go show it and make them get out. But I'm not going to make them get out. I'm not going to buy it. But if there's an open house, I might want to go see it.
And you don't have anything to do on a Saturday afternoon, you might walk through.
That's probably why I normally don't get in there, because I have stuff to do. But the principle's still the same. We don't want to put people out. But if it's already open, people that are curious to see it will go see it.
Absolutely.
So open that up. I'm a real estate agent, but other people that are in the area, neighbors, would take that opportunity to see it. All right. Listing count in your areas that you're in. We talk once a month on these sales meetings, and obviously we have masterminds and conversations all over the place, but anything you guys are seeing, more or less inventory? I announce this every week to what we're seeing in different areas, but I want to know what you guys are feeling, boots on the ground. More listings, less listings, more opportunities, less opportunities.
Angel, lots more inventory, yes.
So what I've seen, and I'll let people pipe in if they've seen differently, is as I'm tracking the numbers, is we kind of hit a little bit of a peak here a couple weeks ago of inventory, where really kind of, okay, the inventory was up here, the demand was a little bit down. The last 2 weeks, it's kind of actually shrank a little bit, as far as
It's
a little
coming
bit more
more.
contracts. We got up to a kind of a peak inventory wise, and it's closed the gap a little bit from what it was, but still way bigger than the gap was last year between supply and demand. But it's closed the gap a little bit the last couple weeks. Because a little bit less listings have come on and a little more buyers out there, but still a lot of inventory, Angel. I think you're right. I also think it's pocketed. I was talking to somebody, and Oakton had 15 listings on the market, and none were written in that. No contracts were written in the last 30 days in that bucket. Whereas we've got some neighborhoods they can't put a listing on the market without 8 contracts getting on it. So I think that each market's a little bit different. Each neighborhood's a little bit different.
And that could vary street to street depending on different areas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What are you guys seeing out there? Any pockets that you're seeing, or anything more than what I'm seeing that's anything differently? More inventory, or else is saying in there?
Oh, closing cost help, awesome.
She mentioned investors. I would, and maybe there's investors on the call. What I'm hearing is they're slowing down a lot because they're unsure about what's going on out there. As the market slows or balances out a little bit, it becomes less of an investor situation where they're like,
Or a flip, but more of a hold.
let me hop in and buy this because I know I can flip it in 6 months or 12 months. They're a little bit more conscientious about getting into deals, especially because maybe they're holding some deals from 6-12 months ago that they thought were going to do a little bit better than they're doing right now, because the prices haven't dropped, but they've kind of stalled out a little bit based on the supply and demand curve evening out a little bit. Anything else that anybody in listing count? Good, bad, or indifferent the last few weeks?
But it just goes to show too, as we're kind of, Tom, I see Tom's hand. Go ahead and unmute Tom so he can talk. Pricing is key. And if you're not pricing it well, it is going to sit. And you're going to chase that market. So you absolutely have to price.
Who are we letting in?
Tom had his hand up. There we go, Tom.
Tom Walensky, how you doing, buddy? Our broker manager in White Marsh.
It's getting good.
here it's like you guys were talking about before, it's pockets. When you get up to Belair, Harford County, we still get multiple offers. And, location, condition, price, and terms, if it's priced right, you're going to get multiple offers. As we get below, as Baltimore City, lower Baltimore County, we have stuff that's sitting and sitting and sitting. So, and the inventory's up in those areas in Harford County. As soon as it comes on the market, it's gone.
Yeah.
So it really depends. But pricing
does really depend.
Wow, Angel, 31 active in Nokesville. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Tom, that's a little bit what we're seeing too, is that it's funny. There's no rhyme or reason sometimes for a different county or a different city or a different parts of a county where you can't get a home in the market and sit because everybody's going to buy it, or there's 10 or 15 sitting in one area.
And you think they're going to go overnight, and all of a sudden it just sits.
Right, and the other thing too is with the baby boomers, you have everyone looking for a rancher. If you list a rancher in Belair or Perry Hall or, northern Baltimore County, you have 10 contracts because a lot of the baby boomers, they don't want to go into condos with the condo scare now, and they want to be on one floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's you soon, right? Yeah. Got her. Yes. She
That's
didn't see
me.
that one coming. That was like a quick left hook. She didn't see it coming at all there.
Well played, Samson. Point one for you.
No, that's good stuff. So, I think that certain types of homes are certainly becoming more advantageous or more desired as well. Looking for a better word there. Sorry. So no, I appreciate that feedback, Tom. That's good stuff. And I think that, that's really why we're more important than ever as agents, right? Buyers and sellers don't know what's going on today. We're the ones staying on the pulse of, okay, well, this market's super hot. This market's a little bit slower. And getting those expectations out to the buyers and sellers ahead of time and during the process, they know what to expect. People can bend to where the market is, but they need a professional to help them get there. So I think that's super important. Good stuff. I love that feedback.
You hit the nail on the head too with the investors. Before we had all these people that are going to rehab and they're flipping or they're renting. And just to give you a quick example, we're not seeing it that much at all here. I just listed one in Middle River, which, the average price of a house is probably about $300, $250. And I listed it for $180. It's a estate sale, and it's really not bad. It's not like it needs a ton of work. And that thing's been sitting for 5 weeks now. So,
wow.
These investors normally, I would have got 10 contracts on that property. The rents alone, they rent for like $1,500, $1,600 a month.
Right.
So, it's just crazy.
Yeah. And I think maybe people a little bit more gun shy because they want to figure out exactly kind of where this market ends up in 3, 6, 9 months. So they're not making full scale investments into it, maybe.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Interesting that Arella says interest rates will see another hike up. I'm hearing a lot of the opposite.
Yeah, I'm hearing the opposite as well.
I'm hearing the opposite too.
So I guess we're all hoping for the opposite, Arellis, but that's more of what I hear.
I don't want to gloss over what Denise said. She said that she's seeing more and more signs on the market in Stafford, all being Samson signs around the Stafford office. Go Sam! Woo!
So no, it's good stuff, and I think that I lose sight of that sometimes too. But
yeah.
We are growing to be a powerful force together. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were just saying how it's so nice out there right now because they feel like so many times they go to write an offer and there's a Samson agent on the other side, which makes us all feel like we got a leg up on everything, which is good. So as we grow bigger, better, stronger, it helps all of us. And Tom, up in your area and in Harford County and Middle River and White Marsh and Bel Air, we're working to grow up there. We're going to keep working on it, buddy. But we're going to work on getting that market share up like we all like we have all everywhere else. So thank you for sharing.
The Ronna team was a big step. That's gives a lot of credibility in this area.
Bob and Ron are great. That's really going to help our credibility and growth in Maryland for sure. So love it. Donnie and Sarah getting next to Compass.
Ooh, wow.
Okay. There you go,
wow.
Alice. So appreciate it, Tom. Thanks for jumping in today. All right. I'm going to close up here with some thoughts here. We've had some good discussion, and we're going to continue that. But I just want to say that you can take that off, guys. we're just thankful for all of you all and all of your hard work. We are growing in just a tremendous way. And I know that, we don't see, okay, great, they added this team or they added this agent. It just continues to lift our tide and our reputation and our brand. And you're talking about driving around in Stafford and all you see is other Samson signs. And, there's an overall acceptance and lifting of our brand where every time you walk in a door, it's why every time I'm looking for new offices, I want big signage on major roads as much as possible, because every time you walk into a listing table, the more that Samson's known and the more that people accept us as the number one company in the DMV, because even though that the numbers are there has to be an overall acceptance of the public.
There has to be a brand recognition and an elevation of brand.
Some of these other brands were national brands for 10 or 15, 20 years, but as you guys have flipped the script on this, I think that's super valuable. So the more that we can get Tom mentioned Bob and Ronna joining and how that's going to help our reputation in Maryland in so many ways. I think that the more that we can do this, and the way we do it is, yes, obviously I talk to people and recruit them, but the more that you all do a great job out there every day, it is such an amazing influence on the conversation. Because 1,000 words from me don't mean as much as
1 act from you,
or 10 words from somebody else, or 10 good transactions they had with Samson agents on the other side. Where if we were doing a crappy job and they hated all the Samson agents they had dealt with, they wouldn't have had a conversation with me, right? But because you guys are doing a fantastic job out there every day, lifting up our reputation, then it opens up the door for me to hopefully create more opportunities where we grow like that. So
absolutely,
we're thankful for all the support of Samson. We're growing in fantastic ways. We're going to continue to provide you. We're always, Sarah and I are always working on new things to add, new ways to make your life easier. The more you support Samson, the more you support Cardinal, the more we can do all those things. Create great, beautiful offices for you.
Win-wins for all of us.
Hire great staff that help support you and give you more tools to help you succeed. So thank you for all your hard work. We've got a million events coming up, next couple weeks, I know. And then circle those dates for September 9th and the 18th with those big events coming as well. So thank you for all your hard work and support. If you ever need us, reach out. We're here for you and thankful for you. So
you keep bringing Cardinal, we'll keep bringing value.
Oh, there you go. She just made that up. She's here all week, guys. All right. Peace out.
Hey, everybody.